Hey guys, it's been a while since I went live, so I need to check all the settings, everything's okay, is everything functioning as it should. So in this video, we're gonna talk about the new Oris and what do you think about it. So I had a little nap and I just woke up from the nap. It was like 15 minutes. It's Sunday. I had a big weekend. I'm very tired. Got home, took a little nap, and woke up. And Oris, I haven't done a video, and I wanted to do a video about Oris. So, if you need to, if you can you hear me or something like that? I need to check it out. First, I'm just gonna go over here to check out is everything working and is everything fine. So, just a sec. Um, oh, I see someone's watching, so thank you. Okay, okay. I want to talk about the Oris and okay, so everything seems to be fine. And I wanted to wait at least a week or so after me doing it. So I think everything should be fine. Everything is okay. And okay, let's see. The launch of the Oris Big Crown Propilot X Calibre 115. It's a mouthful, isn't it? I'm wearing my IWC. By the way, you can get IWC. The big issue with the guys everyone has is the price, and however, all the YouTubers and bloggers and a bunch of you guys didn't seem to bother. Everyone loves the new watch except for Archie, and I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I think there's something interesting going on with this watch, and that is that what Richard Mille started off, and Oris is doing now with this watch. It's a skeletonized watch, but it kind of looks like Richard Mille looking from afar through the fog. But I think these kind of watches are going. This is the future of watches, and this is basically what will happen. What will happen? I hope you can hear me well. So do write me in the comment section. Do I need to speak louder? I didn't bother to hook up a mic on this one, so. Uh, I think in the next 10 or 15 years, well, don't quote me on that, but I think they'll start to see more and more watches that look like Richard Mille and artists like this one. And that's something to look up to. But first of all, I don't like this watch. I don't like this Oris. And I do like Oris as a brand. One of my first nicer watches was Oris. It was Oris Atelier. It was a nice dressy watch, beautiful timepiece. Always have soft spots. The Orisal quiz, of course, and lots of watches. I had vintage Oris, R65, and I got a brief opportunity to play with Car Brashear, uh, the bronze watch, and however, this watch is out of its price range. I always thought the Oris gives you lots of value for your money, especially in the used market. And hey, what's up, Watch Lounge? Do write me in the comment section. Do write me. Can you hear me well? See me well? Because I didn't bother to hook up a mic. Um, and I always thought Oris is a good value, and they offer lots of quality for the money when compared to their opponents and in the same price range. However, this watch, Oris, has uh, stepped out of its price range, and not only that, I'm sure they did a lot of innovation to take a look and develop the movement and all of that. But firstly, now I'm gonna go into my own subjective feeling, what I do not like about this watch when I'm looking at it on the photo on the monitor here. And the first thing I see is this bracelet. I hate it. It might be beautiful, it might be comfortable, it might be, but just it's not appealing to me. I hate it. If I would have this watch, I would take off the bracelet immediately and put it on some leather band or something like that. The other thing I see on this watch is this bezel, like an engine turned bezel. Hate it. Uh, engine turned bezel. Hate it. I had an 88 watch, which was like $200, and I didn't like it on that one. But on 7.5, this is Rolex money here. We're talking here, but doesn't matter. The only good thing about this watch, if you do like it, wait a couple years ago when it hits the pre-owned market, you can get it for $2,000 and $2,500, and if you like the watch, you can get it now. Oh, and the one good thing about this watch is the Oris created a lot of buzz, created a lot of dust, and everyone's talking about it. And yeah, it's a new movement specifically made to accommodate this watch, so it's not just a cutout dial. However, the finishing on this movement is, uh, call me romantic, but I do like new ideas, new things, and new everything. But call me romantic. I do like the Geneva stripes. I do like the polishing on Pateks and on the other watches, hand finished stuff. And this movement has power reserve of 10 days power reserve, and they say it will run for 12 days. But overall, this is the type of watch, even when it hits the pre-owned market, I would not pay two 2 grand for it. I would not pay 2.5 grand for it. I would possibly get this one for 1,000 euros, 1,500 euros. Maybe do a little review and quick catch and release, flip it. And speaking of catch and release, yesterday, late night in the evening, I had a big weekend. I'm very tired, but I managed to snag up this cool watch here. And this, I thought this will be a catch and release. This is a, you can see this on my channel if you're fans. On my community tab, I post a photo, and on Instagram at edcgunner@gmail. Uh, and it's a really cool watch. I thought it will be another tackler, quick and release Carrera, but I kind of like this one. But we'll talk about this watch in some other video, and also about this watch in some other video. But today we're talking about the Oris. So yeah, I wanted to hear what do you guys think about this watch, because all the watch YouTubers seems to like it, uh, except for Archie, and I don't like it too either. I don't like it. I'm not a fan, and I would love to hear what do you guys think, because I've seen tons and tons of videos about this watch overall on my YouTube feed, and everyone likes it. I'm looking uh, at the Hodinkee article, and they share lots of uh, good points about this watch, but overall, I don't like it. I don't like the bracelet. I don't like the bezel. I don't like the dial. I don't like the material. Not sure about the movement, but it doesn't really care. It's also big. It says here as diameter is 44 millimeters. It's titanium case, skeletonized titanium dial, printed indexes, super luminova, 100-meter water resistance, and multi-piece titanium bracelet with lift clasp, and black leather strap with titanium lift clasp. Yeah, they managed to put a lift on that bracelet. So maybe you love it, maybe you hate it. It doesn't really matter, but uh, they created a lot of buzz, and I think they stepped out of their comfort zone. And initially, I think it's a good thing for Oris as a brand. They did, because everyone's talking about them now. I hate the watch. I don't like the watch. I don't like how it looks like. I think it will be $2,500 on the used market next year this time. Also, I think the I think the one interesting thing is that this watch, uh, in my personal opinion, is the sign of things to come in the watch industry and how the watches will look in the next 10, 15 years. I think many watches will be more, because I like knives. I collect pocket knives. I'm not a big collector, but I like. And traditional slip joints are very nice and classy, just like the traditional dressy watches. But the collectors nowadays, they like some new blades, titanium locks, frame locks, and the cool futuristic stuff. And even me as a knife collector, I like some new. Chris Benza is pretty much uh, traditional. It's really nice. It's like I don't know. I don't want to call it some traditional watch, but something like zero tolerance is a bit more like this watch. And I think the world needs some watches to become more cool in some way. And this is the way the Skeletonized out for a non-watch guy as super cool, or for a newbie watch guy. And the Richard Mille and these watches, I feel that the watches will look like this in the next 10, 15 years, because we have um, vintage inspired watches, fake patina watches, watches that are with inspired and homages to the old watches. That sounds really cool. Even this Hoyer, it says on the case Hoyer, and it's inspired by some old Hoyer watches. And that pool of ideas has to stop at some point. And I think it's a good thing that designers create something new that becomes icons. And everyone likes Gerald Genta, or Gerald Genta, or Giugiaro, or Pininfarina, and Bertone. But uh, those guys created something new. And it we did not like it when the first Royal Oak came out. It wasn't that much. And Patek Philippe Noodle, when I first saw it, like, I don't know, when I first got into real watches, when I first saw it, I struggled to find the beauty in it and in Royal Oak. But the more and more I learn about them and I look at them, I like them. And I know some people don't like the way they look, but it will grow. And I think, me personally, I don't like this watch, but I I see no reason to hate it. Also, so yeah, that's it. I wanted to get off. I want to get that off my chest. Now I haven't done a lot of live shows. I don't know. Something happens. Alright, they're not seen as much, but I will try to do them more. I will try to uh, talk to you guys a bit more. I was busy. I had some watches. I got some other watches, had some new videos for you, and just want to check out Watch Lounge. Shout out to you. He says, I feel like this horse is way overpriced. You can get a Zenith Defy for that price. You can get a um, you can get a you can get a lot of watches for that price. I don't know how much Zen defies that, but uh, you can get a Navi timer, you can get a Rolex, you can get a. They are definitely out of their price range, but overall, just don't look at the price, even on the second-hand market when it hits 2 grand. I'm not sure I'm gonna like it. So yeah, watch Dater, hey mate. Last time I joined your live was far long ago. Hope you're well. I'm well. Just been busy, and doing live shows is something I really enjoy. But I live in Europe. I know you are from Vienna, but in order to communicate and do this more often, I could use some weekends, and I like to take my weekends off YouTube, and I could use on weekends. And usually when I do live shows, most of my audience is here in America, and it's it's 14 hours for you. And when people do live shows and you can watch them, I sleep. So I like to sleep, and I sleep every day earlier and earlier. So I guess I'm getting old. Also, Federico nailed it with his opinion on the new RS to 100%. Uh, I'm not sure, I haven't seen the Federico's video, but Federico, hi guys, he's a cuddle mouth, but he also makes a lot of sense. Federico knows what he's doing, and he's a he knows his stuff with watches, and he's been in the industry, so uh, I'm sure his video will be fine. I will take a look at it. Uh, Also, I took my Rolex Mariner is with my watchmakers. The rotor part right, and it's been serviced. I think it's been serviced already, but the bezel quick spring did not arrive, and I paid the extra money for the shipping to arrive faster. And the guy, it took 2 days for him to take it to the post office. So definitely I'm gonna be pissed if it does not come tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, because when I get my watch from the service, I want to put the bezel on. I want to take it to the watchmaker to put the bezel on, and to rock it, to wear it. So it was dirty. So that's it. Uh, I will make a video on not done things you should not do to your watches. Definitely. So thank you for watching, to you guys who watched, and who you will be watching this later. Do let me know in the comment section, please. What do you think about this new? What do you think about this new Propilot, and the direction where the watches and watch industry is going? Because we cannot have so much vintage inspired watches and homage submariners.